Do you actually know what your dog is quietly asking you for every single day? You feed them. You walk them. You probably love them more than most people in your life. But underneath all of that, there are things dogs crave on a deep, instinctual level that almost no owner ever gives them. Not because we don't care, because these things feel wrong to us as humans. In fact, two of them are the exact opposite of what you've probably been told. And if you keep missing them, you might never meet the version of your dog that's been waiting for you this whole time. Let's start with the one you can do on your very next walk. 1. Making the walk about the nose, not the distance. Have you ever felt slightly annoyed when your dog stops at the same lamppost for the 5th time? You tug the leash a little. You say, "Come on." You've got a route in your head and a time you want to be back. Here's the problem. To your dog, that stop wasn't a delay. That was the entire point of leaving the house. A dog's world is built out of smell. When your dog buries their nose in a patch of grass, they're not being stubborn. They're reading. Who walked here? How long ago? Whether they were scared, healthy, male, female. It's an enormous stream of information that you can't perceive at all, and you're pulling them away from it every few seconds. And this isn't just a nice idea. In 2019, researchers Charlotte Duranton and Alexandra Horowitz, who runs the Dog Cognition Lab at Barnard College, published a study in Applied Animal Behavior Science. They split pet dogs into 2 groups for 2 weeks. One group did scent work. The other did the same amount of physical exercise doing heel work. Then they tested the dogs for something called judgment bias, which is basically a measure of optimism. The sniffing dogs came out more optimistic. Same exercise, same time, completely different mental state. The researchers pointed to 2 reasons. The dogs got to behave naturally, and they got to make their own choices. So try this. Once or twice a week, take a long line, about 4 or 5 meters. Go somewhere quiet and give up control. No route, no pace, no pulling them off a scent. Let your dog decide where to go and how long to stay there. 20 minutes of that will tire your dog out more than an hour of marching. And they'll come home calm in a way you'll actually notice. 2. Touching them where they want, not where we want. This one is going to feel uncomfortable, so stay with me. When we love something, we hug it. It's automatic. We wrap our arms around our dog. We pull them into our chest. We pat them enthusiastically on top of the head. And your dog puts up with it because they love you. But tolerating and enjoying are 2 very different things. Dogs evolved to move away from things that worry them. Movement is their safety. When you wrap your arms around a dog, you take that away. To their nervous system, that isn't affection, it's restraint. And a flat hand coming down over their eyes onto the top of their skull is a gesture most dogs never fully relax into. In 2024, a team led by behaviorist Elizabeth Ann Walsh published a study in Applied Animal Behavior Science, looking specifically at how people pet and hug dogs, using video rather than photos so they could catch the fast signals we miss. They found stress signals showing up at a high rate during hugging and warned that owners misreading those signals is one of the ways trust quietly breaks down. The signs are small and easy to miss. A lip lick when there's no food. A yawn when they're not tired. Turning the head away. The whites of the eyes suddenly showing in a half-moon shape. So what do they actually want? Slow contact on the chest, under the chin, along the shoulder and the side of the neck. Places they can see your hand coming. And here's the part that changes everything. Pet for about 5 seconds, then stop and take your hand away. If your dog leans in, noses your hand, or pushes back into you, keep going. If they stay still or move off, you just learned something. That tiny pause turns petting from something that happens to your dog into something your dog is choosing. And if petting feels like a small thing, know this. A 2015 study by Erica Feuerbacher and Clive Wynne found that dogs consistently chose being petted over hearing praise, even praise from their own owner. And unlike praise, petting never lost its value the more they got it. And hey, before we get to number 3, if you're learning something new about your dog right now, hit like and subscribe. It genuinely helps us reach more owners who want to understand their dogs on this level, just like you do. 3. Talking to them like they're actually in the conversation. You've probably caught yourself doing the voice, that soft, higher-pitched, slightly ridiculous voice you'd never use around your coworkers. Stop feeling silly about it. It's working. Researchers Alex Benjamin and Katie Slocum at the University of York published a study in Animal Cognition in 2018 with a title that says it all. Who's a good boy? They tested whether dogs actually prefer the way we speak to them. They found that dogs chose to spend more time near a person using that warm, high-pitched dog voice. But here's the detail almost nobody knows, and it's the whole trick. The researchers also tested that same sing-song voice, saying things that had nothing to do with dogs. Things like talking about a film they watched, and the preference vanished. They also tested dog-related words like walk and good boy in a flat, normal adult voice. That didn't work either. The tone and the content have to arrive together. Your dog isn't just responding to a pleasant sound. They're picking words they know out of a voice they trust, and the combination is what lands. So talk to your dog out loud. Use their name. Use the words they know. Ask them if they want to go out. Tell them you're leaving and you'll be back. Narrate what you're doing while you're doing it. Over months and years, your voice stops being noise in the background and becomes something else entirely. A signal that everything is okay. 4. Playing tug and letting them win. Somewhere along the way, a huge number of dog owners were told 2 things. Don't play tug, it makes dogs aggressive. And whatever you do, never let your dog win, or they'll think they're in charge. Both of those are wrong. And the study that showed it is over 20 years old. Nicola Rooney and John Bradshaw, working at the Anthrozoology Institute in the UK, ran an experiment with golden retrievers back in 2002. Each dog played 20 games of tug they were allowed to win and 20 games they lost. Then the researchers measured whether winning made the dogs pushier or more dominant toward their owner. It didn't. Confidence, the trait closest to what people mean by dominance, wasn't affected by who won at all. What did change was engagement. Dogs were more attentive and more responsive to their owner after playing, and letting them win made them want to play more. Which makes sense when you think about what tug actually is. It's not a power struggle. It's the grab and shake at the end of a hunt, the part of the sequence a pet dog almost never gets to finish. Chasing a ball is only half the story. Sinking their teeth into something and feeling it fight back is the other half. So play. Get animated. Let them pull you around a bit. Let them win, often. Teach a clean drop it so you can start and stop the game whenever you want, and then use it. You'll notice something afterward. Your dog will follow you around the house a little more closely. That's not obedience. That's them wanting more of you. 5. Leaving them something that smells like you. This is the one I mentioned at the start. It takes about 4 seconds, costs nothing, and it works when you're not even in the building. Before you leave the house, take a t-shirt you've worn, one that isn't washed, and put it in your dog's bed. That's it. Here's why it matters more than it sounds. At Emory University, neuroscientist Gregory Burns did something remarkable. He trained dogs to lie completely still, awake and unrestrained inside an MRI scanner. No sedation. Then he presented them with different scents and watched their brains respond. In a 2014 study, his team found that when dogs smelled a familiar human, the caudate nucleus lit up. That's a reward region associated with positive expectation, not just recognition, anticipation of something good. And the person wasn't in the room, wasn't even in the building. The scent alone was enough. Think about what that means for the 8 hours a day your dog spends waiting for you. Your smell isn't a memory to them. It's a presence. It's the closest thing they have to you still being there. So leave a shirt. Leave the blanket you napped under. Don't wash their bed every single week just because it smells like your house. Because in the end, the thing your dog wants most isn't a toy, or a treat, or a longer walk. It's you. Any version of you they can get.